We're saddened to be here today to talk about a homicide around the holidays. This homicide was domestic in nature and had a mental health component to it. I'll give you the whole timeline. The initial call for service was at 5:10 a.m. and the apprehension was at 7:20 a.m. Police and fire responded to the initial call at 95 Adelaide Ave for a stabbing. Police and fire rendered aid to 2 female victims and transported them to the hospital, where one victim, a 28-year-old female, died of her injuries. The second female is in critical condition. The patrol division, along with Major LePayton and his team of detectives, conducted a preliminary investigation which led us to 399 Public Street, where we believed the suspect to be at the time. We secured the dwelling and activated our special response unit, along with our SWAT team, who forced entry inside and apprehended the subject, a 28-year-old male. I want to thank the officers for their quick response and the apprehension of an individual that posed a serious threat to public safety. And mental health issues, serious, and they're all over our society. And I would, lastly, I would just like to encourage people, if they have someone that they know that's suffering from a mental health crisis and they feel a danger to themselves or anyone else, that they reach out to us or their local law enforcement. So I'll turn it over to Major David LePayton, who led the investigation this morning, and he'll fill you in on any other details and questions. Thanks.
Thank you, Commander. Okay, I'll just briefly get to a few points. It looks like a 28-year-old woman was going to work this morning. When she was in her driveway, she was approached by a 29-year-old man who began to stab her. He stabbed her several times. Her mother came out, tried to intervene. She was then stabbed also. The 28-year-old succumbed to her injuries at Rhode Island Hospital. The mother is in critical condition in surgery as we speak. We developed information at the scene where I think it was the mother's son, the deceased brother, that committed these crimes. We located an address at 399 Public Street. We called out our SWAT team. They made entrance, and he was arrested. Brought to the station where he is today. We're not going to, I don't know if we have released the name. I don't believe so. And I think
they have the suspect's
yeah,
name.
the suspect's name. Okay. So the mother and daughter's name will just, we're not going to release just yet. Okay, so that's basically what happened. A terrible situation. We did it. We resolved it as fast as we could. This needed to be resolved fast, and it's done. Are there any questions?
The place where the suspect was apprehended, what kind of building was that? Why did he go there?
It was his home.
Is this a domestic violence case?
Yes.
Will he be arraigned today, do you know?
Probably not. As we speak, we've obtained a search warrant for his apartment. We're there now. So we're not going to question him until after we find what we'll look and see what we can find there, and then we'll talk to him.
Just looking at the numbers, this is homicide 14. I
Yeah.
believe last year we were at 7. Any response to that comparison?
No, just it's unfortunate. It's not that we're doing anything any worse than we did last year. But, it's you got to look at all the statistics, the shootings. People come within inches of losing their lives, and we get very lucky sometimes. We thank God we get them to Rhode Island Hospital. And once we get them to the hospital, we're in the, I would say, the high 90 percentile that they're going to live, just like this woman here. So, yep.
Just to add something on the homicide, so obviously one is too many, of course, but the amount of firearms that are out there, and not our city, not just our city, but in society, and especially in cities, and youth gun violence has been a big cause of the increase in homicides nationally. So, you know, we look at our offices, I think we're closing in on 300 firearms seized per this year so far. So taking firearms off the streets and targeting offenders that are, you know, violent in our community has been part of our success. And I see that trend continuing. This year, the uptick, I would say, is due to the amount of firearms out there. And young people, their default going to a firearm to solve a dispute. Thanks.
Maybe a question for the major again, sorry, just because we're at the end of the year, can you give us a look at like what was solved this year and what wasn't regarding the 14?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't have the stats with me, but if you want to get in touch with me later, sure. Okay.
What's the suspect name? Were you able to say
I'll
that?
give it to you after, if
Joshua,
it's you, yeah.
Can you
Okay.
just talk through again, how they were related? You said the girl was in the car getting ready to go to work when she was stabbed. What's the relation to the person that did this?
We believe it's her brother,
Okay.
okay?
You're not aware of any particular thing that they were arguing about or anything like that?
No, no. No one, we talked to the mother briefly, but other than that, there was really no one to talk to about the history. We're looking now, okay?
You think any connection to the holidays, fight at Christmas, something like that? I know you're still looking into it, but.
Don't know. Okay. All right, I'm sorry, I don't have more for you, but thank you.